This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm David.
And today is Throwback Thursday, and our guest David is going to tell you all about DavidCast JRPGs.
Yes. Well, my name doesn't mean much. I do cover though Atlas and Megaton stuff. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I cover everything that's been going on in the last few years with Atlas, and I'll cover everything that is going to come eventually. So 2021 is going to be a great year for us. And if you're interested, check me out. I'd appreciate it.
Remember, guys, this is episode 4. If you've been watching 4 episodes with David and you haven't bothered to go subscribe to his channel, what are you doing with your life? I mean, come on. Just do it.
Come on.
All right? YouTube.com/DavidJRPGs. No, DavidCast JRPGs. Get it done. DavidCast JRPGs. Subscribe. And check out his 13 Sentinels video, because that is a really informative and well thought out video. I'm going to keep plugging that all week.
Please be part of the 10 people that will buy this game. You won't regret it.
Exactly. So today for Throwback Thursday, we're covering Persona 4 Dancing All Night. Persona 4 Dancing All Night is a rhythm video game developed and published by Atlas for the PlayStation Vita. The game is a spin-off of the 2008 role-playing game Persona 4, which originally debuted on the Persona 2, the PlayStation 2, and it's part of the Megami Tensei family of games. So the game was released in Japan on June 25th, 2015, and in North America on September 29th, 2015, and then in Europe finally on November 6th, 2015. Europe seems to always be behind on Atlas games.
Yep.
A port for the PlayStation 4 was only included with the limited edition bundle of Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight, also called the Endless Dancing Collection, and it retailed in the US for $100 for reasons.
Yeah, makes sense.
Endless Dancing Collection. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's such a great title.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night is a rhythm game in which the characters of Persona 4 dance to the music from the Persona series, most of them being remixes, including original songs as well, though. And the game is split into 2 main modes. The story mode, where the players experience the game's story, which is actually a story, unlike Persona 3 and 5 dancing games. And it is split up into various music stages, a free dance mode, and also there's other songs you can unlock throughout the game for the free dance and the versus modes. So, yeah, it's a pretty involved and in-depth game for being a dancing game in the Persona series.
So if someone hates dancing games, should they pick this up?
I don't see any reason you would pick this up unless you're like really into Persona and want the story.
Okay, so if you like the mainline Persona games, should you pick it up, or is it something you can pass?
It's something you can pass, honestly, and people will hate me for it, but I think it's something you can pass. It's a great game. It's not accessible, and it's not mandatory either, so I think it's you can pass on it, honestly.
It depends on how serious of a Persona game collector you are.
I'm not serious, I guess. Here's my Vita collection. I'll show it off.
I was more of a Vita collector before I became a Persona collector, so I already had the PS Vita and I got a PS TV, so like obviously I was gonna have Persona 4 Golden.
Of course. It's the must-play game.
And just for fun, I'll be right back. 1 second. You guys talk. Go ahead.
Chris is way too much into these dancing games, by the way.
Oh, yeah. He is.
He loves them.
I'm not into rhythm games, honestly.
I am not.
Oh, he wanted to show it off. And how much is that thing worth?
Very serious Persona collector.
How much is this worth in 2020?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. Let's find out.
That's probably worth way too much. I'll check it out just quickly. I'm curious. Because just Vita games, they're boom, and Megaton games are also exploding in prices. I'm sure that's worth like $100.
I don't think it's that much. 50. Yeah, because the collector's edition's 50. It's like a $30 game.
30?
Oh no, these are Japanese versions. Hold on.
$35 US.
No. That's the
starting.
Japanese version. Oh, price starting. Okay, on eBay right now, I'm looking at the collectors, $75 for a pre-owned, but for just the standard edition, which is what I'm trying to find right now. Let's see.
Yeah, price starting for the standard has it at 35.
Okay.
but it's probably
60.
not.
This one says 60, but that's brand new
60?
sealed.
Okay, yeah.
Brand new sealed.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't found one that's not brand new sealed and not Japanese. It might be worth a few
I was
bucks.
expecting more. It's not too bad.
But I also own all of the PSP Persona games, and those have exploded.
Oh yeah, those are crazy. I also own all of them. Persona 3 Portable is crazy.
I can't believe how much that one's worth. Yeah, and even Persona 4.
You want to flex? Here you go.
Hold on, I can flex for you. Oh wait, they're over here. Hold on, I'll be right back.
And I also have
gosh,
that big box edition.
Oh, very nice. Yes. Well, Chris
Yeah.
probably has it too. We'll see what he brings out. There's 2 series he loves to collect for: Fire Emblem and Persona. I think he has every single game. So.
Whoa!
We did the exact same thing on Spencer's show. Like at some point, we were just showing off boxes of games.
Yeah.
Okay, you have the second one. I don't have the big box for the second one. Oh, Eternal
This is
Punishment.
the
I want
one,
this one. I
so-
don't have it. Cool. Very cool. But I do own it on PS1.
Get my headphones back. I can't hear what you guys are saying.
I own this one on PS1,
Okay.
but not on PSP.
I will be showing off none
There
of
we go.
my collection.
Yeah, this one I was shocked. I got this one for like $30.
Alright, that's crazy. This one's worth a lot. That's the most expensive one, I think.
I think it's you have the PSP ones, yeah, Persona 3 Portable.
Yeah, the PSP one.
Technically, the European version is the most expensive.
Do you own this one?
No, I don't own very many Shin Megami Tensei games, to be honest with you. I started to collect them, and then I stopped because I was like, I don't have time to invest in the collecting all of those. And now I wish I would have just went on with it because they're worth way more than they were when I started buying them.
Especially the ones on 3DS, they exploded.
But do you
recently.
have this one? Is the real question.
No, I don't have this one. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was showing the one on PS1. I don't own the PSP version. I should.
It's a Japanese only. I ended up getting it because
Yeah.
my buddy visited Japan and said, "Hey, you want this?" And I was like, "Yes."
Yeah, I know that. I know that I need to buy it. But even the Japanese version, I think is kind of expensive.
No, the Japanese version of Eternal Punishment. If you're in Japan, it's like $10, $15.
Oh, but if you want to buy it like off eBay, that's probably like.
Holy cow! Oh, because it
Yeah.
comes with the Junpei hat. That's why I was like, "What?"
Oh, you want to look like a jerk?
Hey,
$1,000.
he's dynamic. He's dynamic. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the Persona 4 Dancing All Night though. So
Yeah, we went off subject.
we did go way off subject. That's fine. We go off subject all the time.
Yes, we do.
So my experience with this game is like I saw it and I was like, I don't really need that, and I didn't buy it. And then I played Persona 4 Golden all the way through, and I realized I want that. I'm gonna buy it. So like as soon as I finished Golden, I was like, I ordered it. And wouldn't you
Fair
know
enough.
it, GameStop actually sent me the wrong game for the first time in my life. They sent me another copy of Persona 4 Golden. I was like,
Oh, really?
this isn't what I wanted. So I had to actually message customer service. And I was like, this isn't the right game. And they're like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay.
Are you sure
Yeah.
you want that dancing game?
Yeah, they're just trying to help you out, man.
So I actually went to a website that I have not really gone on very much. It's LukiGames.com, and they have like you can select whether you want complete in box, cartridge only, and I was like, well, of course I want complete in box, and I ended up paying like $33 for it, which was kind of high at the time when I bought it, but now it's like right in line with pricing, so I really didn't lose any money on it. And I actually played it all the way through. It's one of the only rhythm dancing games that I've beaten in my entire life, and I did actually enjoy the story despite there being some dicey parts in it. It was interesting. It was a good game overall, and my own experience is that if you like dancing games and you like Persona, this is the only one of the 3 that you probably should buy. The other 2 are only nice
Agreed.
if you're like obsessed about 3 or obsessed about 5. Then those might be worth it for the social links.
Okay.
Being that I'm like a own all the physical games collector, like where I just don't let any of them pass me by, I'm just gonna get it anyways. Like it doesn't really matter, like it or hate it. I'm probably gonna just buy it. So whatever. Like Scramble will be a day one purchase for me. So don't take my word for just buying these games. Only get it if you enjoy dancing games, or you really like Persona, or you're like an insane person like I am and collect everything.
Yeah.
But as far as the single player campaign, it's the only dancing game with an actual single player campaign that makes a lot of sense, because 3 and 5, in order to put the campaign into that, they would have had to like kind of alter the story somehow, and they weren't going to do that. So it ended up being like a blip in time in the middle of the games that essentially gets erased from everybody's memories. So like the second the game's complete, all of it's gone. It's like, okay, what's the point? Yeah. So 4 actually has a campaign that continues the story, just like the arena games. It's like another continuation story, and I appreciated that they actually made an attempt at doing that. And then
it kind of worked.
Yeah,
especially when you look back on 5 and 3 dancing.
I have to say, like, for attempting to produce a story for a rhythm dancing game, like, this did a really good job. And that's the best I can say about that. So, as far as spin-off games, like, do you think this was probably the least important spin-off game in the series as far as 4 spin-offs go?
Well, I liked Arena more, but the general impact, yeah, I think we could say that. You mean for 4 only, or for just Persona in general?
Well, arguably 5 spin-off is actually really good. Scramble, I've heard really good things about that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the Q games, love them or hate them, they're kind of there too. And for being Etrian Odyssey clones, they're actually pretty fun.
Yep. Absolutely.
And this game was fun, but if you were gonna pick a genre to make a Persona spin-off that actually continued the main story, this wouldn't be my first choice.
Exactly.
No, it's such a weird choice.
I mean, Alice is willing to try weird things, kind of like Nintendo is. Like, oh yeah, just throw it out there, see if it works.
Yep. Well, the fan base is all about the waifus and stuff like that. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why they decided a dancing game. But yeah, just as you mentioned, that would not have been my choice for sure.
Yeah, I like I think Scramble might be the most natural transition for this franchise.
100%.
But when are we getting Persona Kart? That's what I want to know.
Persona Kart.
That'd be cool.
I guess the last thing we should really talk about is what do you think about the fact that they chose not to actually release this in an official capacity for the PlayStation 4?
Atlas. Okay, thanks for having me on, guys. No, well, that doesn't make sense. Again, it's just there's no reason why. Like that collector's edition overall is just really underwhelming, and they could have made more money by just re-releasing it on PS4s. And that's something that Atlas likes to do normally, especially since they did the job for the port. I just can't understand why they chose to not bring it. There's no reason. I don't understand what's the reasoning behind it. I have nothing to say. It's like I don't understand at all. Like the only thing that I could see, and even then, it's like it's some type of favor to the bigger fans of the series. But then that doesn't necessarily work because it's like a digital code if you buy the whole package. So it's like, yeah, here's a semi-favor since you're a big fan. It's like, I don't really get it. Honestly, I don't know.
Kind of like how IGN has a watermark on top of their watermark in this video.
Yep.
It doesn't really make sense, but they did it anyways.
Yep. They don't care.
So I have to say, I'm not that upset about the fact that they released it in the capacity that they did because it's Atlas and we just expect these weird things. What upset me was you can't use the same DLC for the exact same game. You have to buy it twice. You have to get it on the Vita and the PS4. That was just like
crazy. You're
already not releasing this game in like an official capacity. Why would you make me buy the DLC twice? It's like, this is stupid.
Yep. And this is something that I feel like that's a problem with Atlas. I think DLCs, like everyone has their opinions on the matter, and it's okay. Well, I tend to be a bit more harsh when it comes to DLC. Like I don't buy DLC very often. I rarely buy DLC except if it's really worth it. Like some type of DLCs that I don't support, and the first one that comes to mind is Atlas stuff. Persona 5 Royal. Like you re-release a game with additional content, I'm okay with paying full price with all of the additional content that you have. But then they're selling cosmetics and stuff like that again on a re-release. That's kind of a problem that I have. Like I don't mind the cosmetics in the vanilla version, but if you are to re-release your game as like some type of definitive edition, I don't really feel like there should be any type of DLC. It's the complete experience. It's like if Nintendo released Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition and they sold the Future Connected as DLC. That doesn't make any sense. Like, you re-release your game, it's full price, and you charge DLC. Another example is Dante in Nocturne HD. He's going to be DLC, so that's even worse. You take original I know what you're going to say, and I'll give you 2 seconds, and then we'll talk about it. Okay? They're charging for Dante as DLC in the new version. He was in the original version, so they take him off and they put it in the re-release. They'll charge, I don't know how much it's going to be. It's probably going to be $40 or $50 for the re-release.
Oh, okay. And I thought you were gonna say $40 or $50 for the DLC. I was like, I think it's $4.99.
No. for the re-release, and I think the thing that you're probably going to say is that they have to pay the rights to get him in the game again. Is that what you were going to say?
No, actually, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say the original game had a different character that was replaced by Dante. And so, like, this will be the first time the U.S. and Canada and all of North America gets to experience the original version with the original character that was in it. And then Dante is an alternate that they have to pay the license for. So, like, if you're going to include one with the game, include the original character, not Dante, and then allow the diehard fans who want Dante to buy him.
That's a valid point. But the problem that I have is, I think, and it's really cool that they decided to add Rido since he was not in the original version. I think that's really cool, and I really appreciate that. And that's one of the reasons why I just won't pay extra for Dante. I don't care because I think Rido's cooler anyway. But I think it's not up to the consumer to pay for the rights to have him in the game again since he was in the original version. That's the thing that I don't think the consumer has to pay for those rights. It's like they're charging $50 for just an up-res port. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy that we'll get this. It's just that I don't think that $10 for Dante is justified since it's old content. Even if they have to pay again to have him on, it's like at this point, and people will hate me for that, but just leave him out of the game. If you don't want to pay for the rights again, just leave him out, put Rido in, and that's the advantage of the port. Well, you have to be fair, that was not here before.
The money you're paying for this game is mostly paying for voice acting.
Yeah, the voice acting is probably expensive.
That's what I'm thinking.
Still.
Otherwise, this would be a $40 re-release instead of $50.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be $50. Actually, it might even be $60. I don't know what I haven't seen an actual cost on this, actually, to be honest.
I think it's available on Play Asia, the US copy. I think it's possible.
And that's usually at least $20 higher than what it actually is.
I'll check it out quickly, but I think it's yeah, no, that doesn't work. It's full price.
Is it 60 on here?
Yeah, for me it's Canadian, it's 79, so yeah, it's 60. But I doubt that it's going to be full price. I think it's going to be probably like 50 or 40 if we're lucky. But
$56.99, so this could be a $40 or $50 game. I really don't know.
Yeah. Guess we'll see.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess to get back to the crux of my argument, though, to re-release this game, it's basically an untouched Vita version on a PS4 with a PS4 controller support, and not allow the DLC to be cross-compatible with each game. That was just, it was just like, this is such a niche game that people are already paying up, extra money just to get this version instead of getting, paying for 3 and 5 separately, which probably would end up being cheaper in the long run if you wait like 2 years. I was worried this collection would not be in existence after I didn't buy it. So I pre-ordered it for that reason alone, because I wanted to get the 4 code. And then for the 4 code to not be cross-compatible between the Vita DLC and the PlayStation 4 DLC, it was just like, I was just so angry. I'm not going to lie, I was just so angry. I was like,
I can see that.
It's understandable.
So for me, it was just like, ugh, really?
A shady business practice. Honest, they can't justify that. Yeah. They can't.
So they wanted to sell me the same DLC twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
they're so pro-consumer.
Anything else you guys want to say about the dancing games? Do we want to see it return with Persona 6 or see a Persona 2 dancing game? Probably not.
They can skip it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, with that being said, as always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm David.
And we will see you
on the next CHRILLCAST.